everybody.
Hello, Drew and everybody.
Hey, Taylor and everybody.
Drew,
Taylor.
what'd you do to stay sober today?
Oh, we're going right into it. I prayed. I
refuse to riff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's just bare bones, straight to the point.
That's me holding down the riffs.
It sounded like you were holding in a fart.
Yeah, they dissipate.
So
inside
what
my
I did to
body.
stay sober, I did not hold in a fart. If I needed a fart, I did.
I'm gonna turn on the AC more. While
Okay. I prayed while I was walking to my car, but it still counts. And most importantly, I talked to a few guys in the program, and I answered the phone when they called me in the program, and I was very honest. And I was honest about me still struggling to get back into things.
I thought you meant just like throughout your day.
Yeah, well, I mean, the idea is to be...
With the Whole Foods checkout girl?
I went to Whole Foods today.
How are you doing, sir? I've been struggling.
I went because we were dog sitting.
Yeah.
And for this affluent couple who lives
Affluent dog.
Yeah, affluent dog. Pish posh. The dog wants people food.
The dog has no owners. The dog is a rich dog.
Yeah,
and he just has someone to watch him every once in a while.
Dog can talk, no big deal. So the dog and his owners left us a $60 Whole Foods gift card, which meant we got to buy 3 things.
Yeah, right?
But other than that, yeah, still struggling a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, do you think you're on the tail end of it?
I think so. I feel a lot better than I did last time I was on this podcast in the last few days. I think it all comes down to kind of talking to people. And what I told a guy in the program when I was on the phone, I'll tell you now. I feel like something that was really holding me back that I didn't expect was my own goddamn ego.
Yeah.
Because what was keeping me from meetings was that thought of me being like, oh, I haven't been to this meeting in a while.
Right.
What if someone says where I've been?
Like asks you?
Yeah. So what the fuck if they do?
Yeah.
That's just me feeling like I should be somewhere in this point in my sobriety, and I'm not.
That's how I feel when it just comes to doing comedy. Like
Yeah.
someone will be like, "Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?" And the implication is like, "Oh, you haven't been out doing the thing you're supposed to be doing, whatever." And it's the same probably for like if someone's like, "Oh, why haven't I seen you in a while?"
Yeah.
Have you been isolating?
And that's just like I can say it's my alcoholism speaking, but it's like letting fears swirl and the most basic thing is the reason I go to meetings, the reason that I talk to guys on the phone and try to do this program is not, it's to stay sober, yes, but it's also like, it's not just to be like, I'm staying sober, like how great I am.
Yeah.
It's to help people.
Yeah.
It's to go out there and be of use and to seek out situations you can be of action.
Yeah, I've really been in a place recently of like, because I didn't go to a meeting for like 2 weeks. I've been to 2 this week. It's been great getting back into the swing of things. But I've had to, just in all areas of my life, be like, nothing is ever going to be the same.
Yeah.
No, like I'm not going to be going to the same exact meetings for the rest of my life. I'm not going to have the same, hopefully not be a handyman forever. Nothing is finite. And things are going to change. Mm-hmm. And I think when things for me change in a direction where I feel like I'm not fulfilling these fake obligations I've set up in my head, then I'm like, oh, I'm completely failing in every aspect of my life.
Man, I agree with that wholeheartedly and completely. And just being in a position where I'm okay with where I'm at is kind of what I'm working on. Yeah. And, point A, be okay with where you're at. Yeah. Point B, the fucking second part of the serenity prayer, have that courage to see what I can change.
Yeah.
And do it. Oh, we got to do the PSA announcement.
PSA, public service announcement.
Do you want to do it this time? Because I always do it.
Sober Boys is a amalgamation of thoughts and ideas that are strictly beholden to those of Taylor, Neely, and Drew Quillian. We are those thoughts which come out of these 2 parties, hence more, will never be meant to be confused with those thoughts of AA.
This sounds like you're in high school and you forgot that your paper was due and it had to be 4 pages double spaced. So you did 2.5 double spaced and just put in as many words as possible.
Yeah. The views and opinions of Sober Boys are not to be confused with those of AA.
They don't represent them.
They don't represent AA at all. They strictly represent us to a T.
Yeah.
Everything we say on this podcast, we mean.
Yes.
For the most part. Unless we're joking. When we're joking, we don't mean that.
But we are in no way affiliated with a 12-step program of any sort. We are here for entertainment and also to help.
And neither are you.
What?
Neither is the audience.
Yeah.
They're not AA either.
We don't know.
Right.
Someone that works at the central office of AA could very well be listening right now.
William Dubs is still alive. Elvis style.
The ghost of
Elvis style. And
Bill
Tupac
W.
style, still alive.
Yeah.
Never died.
The hologram of Bill W., which people, when it came up this year's Coachella, they're like, who's that guy?
Who the heck?
And like a small pocket, we're like, oh my God!
Yeah.
Could be listening to this podcast. Highly unlikely.
The small AA meeting that was happening in the corner. They're like, oh my God. Like, have you heard about it, like Fish concerts or Grateful Dead concerts? If there's a balloon, there's an AA meeting over there or something.
Oh, that sounds fascinating.
That's what I've heard.
But then you'd have to still listen to shit music.
I'd rather listen to Grateful Dead than Fish. I've never listened to Fish.
It's fine. To each their own. I'm just kidding. One
is like you got to be on drugs to really get Grateful Dead. Is that the same with Fish?
I think Jerry Garcia was like a talented voice in music.
Yeah.
But he's been dead for a while, and the rest is just jam bands that lead to nowhere. Is my personal opinion. No way affiliated with the Grateful Dead
or AA
Fish,
as a whole.
Or AA as a whole. Hey, Taylor, what did you do to stay sober today?
What I've done to stay sober today, prayed half-heartedly. Man, I need to get back on my knees and pray in the morning.
I got to get back to praying and meditating.
Yeah.
We're quite a representation for it. Once again.
Well, I was going to say I'm the duplex of you, the complex, the contrary to what you've been. Yeah. I've been like, I didn't go to a meeting for 2 weeks, and but I haven't been struggling. Honestly, life has never been better, and I feel so at ease in my own very skin.
Yeah.
A way in which I've never felt before. But I also
that's good.
I've been lackluster in my program. But went to a meeting last night. Shared. I haven't shared at a meeting in a while.
Great.
Mainly because my sponsor said don't do it.
He said just not to share?
He said not to share and stuff I don't know about. But now we're getting through the steps and stuff, so now I'm allowed.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you listen to your sponsor.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you connect with something that has been shared, I don't think there's anything wrong. Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with sharing ever if you feel like you have to make you, it's going to feel better. I say a little prayer before I share just to like help. It was just real quick. God, help whatever I say, help somebody else.
Yeah, I find praying that does help. How do you feel about this though? I just thought about my sponsor saying like this time around. My sponsor was saying, "Oh, don't any meeting that's like." So this is when I was at like steps 1 and 2. We just completed steps 1 and 2. My sponsor was like, "If there's a meeting that is 3 through 12, don't talk about it. Only talk about 1 through 2." And then now I'm thinking about, but I've been through the steps 4, 5, 6 times now. I do have experience all of the steps. Yeah. So
especially 3 is such an overarching thing. Like having a relationship with a higher power, in my view, starts right when you start this thing. Yeah. And it's more defined in step 3. Yeah. But,
Yeah.
That's my own opinion, and I hope your sponsor doesn't listen to this and be like, I'm not saying anything's wrong or right. I'm just saying.
I don't think he does. I think his girlfriend does, but no, she watches the clips. A lot of people, they'll watch the clips and be like, that's the podcast.
Hey.
In a minute and a half.
We'll just keep throwing clips out there.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, you did some of this here stuff. You need to start praying harder.
I need to start praying harder. I am doing this podcast now. I did call you, and that's it.
Yeah.
So that doesn't count, though, because
I finally shook this, like, it got so bad that I didn't want to pick up the phone for anybody in the meeting, which is a really scary part. The scariest part, of course, for me is when I feel the urge to drink, which thank God I have it.
Yeah.
But when I start not picking up the phone is like, that's really when it gets problematic. Yeah. And once again, that's like my ego thing. Yeah. For like, I don't want to tell them the truth of like how bad I feel.
Yeah.
But the truth is I don't have to, tell them everything that I'm going through. The point is we're working through this thing together. There's a way I can be comforting to the other person, all that stuff. There was this one guy who was calling, and I'm like, I feel like I'm going to get berated by him. So I did not pick out.
It is, here's something I was thinking about. You just reminded me about, just like
I'll call him Glee Bob.
Yeah. There are certain people, like when I first came back in this time around, that were like, the way they're really, it felt like they were talking a bunch of stuff at me.
Yeah, which
and
is
I couldn't.
them feeling like they're helping, which
they're trying to be helpful, but
yeah.
it was so much info, and it was the same thing said 1,000 different ways.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, there is a. I think it's okay to not want a particular. I wonder if my UPS guy's here.
Do you want to pause and see if your UPS guy is here? There's some commotion going outside of Taylor's apartment. Am I going to have to cover as you're checking for the UPS guy? Or are you listening very, very... I don't want there to be any dead air, but I do want you to be able to hear the UPS guy is here. I think it was Taylor was getting
it's my neighbor.
Is keep coming back to these meetings because you'll find your own way. And it's not going to be... And your way is not going to be... the exact way of another person. We're all different people.
What I was going to say was... you don't have to. Your sobriety does not have to line up with anyone else's sobriety. At least this is what I feel. There are people I see their way of sobriety. I'm like, I don't want that. It's intense, and
that's what I was saying. That was my thing when the guy was calling.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have the energy for this intensity.
Right, and I think some people do. And it's fine if it keeps them sober. That's good. But they make it and it should be the most important thing in your life. But I have other things in my life that are very important also. But AA should also be sobriety should be number one, but it can't be, for me, it's not going to be so much number one that is completely my identity.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah. For me, my sobriety has to come first because nothing else happens without it.
Right. And I agree. Me too.
But at the same time, I'm not going to go when I meet a random new person that I work with, who are like, hey, how's it going? Where are you from? I'm from Boys to Men Men's Group. I'm an alcoholic, and I go to this. Like, some people are very, very much members of AA. Yeah. And I want to be seen as just a regular person in society. We're off the bat. Really, really fun stuff so far.
Yes, wonderful stuff.
We're gonna get into back to steps 9 and maybe towards 10, but I know we're gonna get some 9-step promises in this here big book.
We're in the book.
We're about to pass over. I think we're on page 80. That's where we left off.
I feel like the UPS really messed up my flow.
It's okay. We'll get it back.
Guy.
Taylor's wearing a beautiful Claude Monet.
Oh yes, Claude Monet. I got
sunflower shirt
at Marshall's.
I feel like every time I stare at you, I'm attending a night at the museum.
In 1881. This is a good shirt. This is my new favorite T-shirt. I ordered some T-shirts off Amazon recently, and I thought they were going to be a similar style to this. They came, and they really let me down, so I returned them. They were $40 T-shirts a piece. Too much for a T-shirt.
You can find this online?
Amazon. Not this. This I found at Marshall's. This was a reasonable.
You found that at Marshall's?
Yes.
That does not. That doesn't track as a Marshall's find usually.
Not at all. That's why it's great.
Yeah.
And it's just like the material. It's like 100% cotton. It's a good shirt.
It's a good Marshall's.
All right, Drew. What do you say?
We are heading right back into step 9 when we're just saying I'm sorry and nothing else.
Do you mean
just
it?
Kidding. We are.
What page are we on?
I think we're on page 80.
Let me take a peek. Yes, we're on page 80.
This brings to mind a story about one of our friends.
I dog marked it.
Yeah?
Yes.
I think we might have read this story or not. Maybe we did.
Other people will be secure there.
Anyways.
It's got to be.
We're going to get through past page 82, which means we'll get past halfway to reading all 164 pages of the book.
Wow.
Which is our goal.
Wow. So we should be done by 50 for sure.
Yeah. Once we're done by 50, we'll both spontaneously combust as it's... as the prophecy is foretold it to be.
The secret 12th promise, or 13th promise. Jeez. I just let out a little toot. And they're off. Drew, take it away.
All right. We're about to get into some interesting views and opinions expressed by Bill W. in terms of relationships.
And you listening right now, don't freak out, but there's a spider behind you. Take it away.
Yeah. Not behind us.
Yeah, no, behind you.
Yeah.
Listening right now.
We wish we could be there to smack it for you.
I can hear it. Listen, can you hear it, Drew?
Yeah.
Put your ear to the microphone.
I'm a spider. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, there is a spider living in that molding right there, and I don't bother him. He don't bother me.
And he eats the rats. Everybody knows. Okay, we're in the book again, and we're here to read as mediocrely as possible.
Ariana.
So I don't know. So this is the second paragraph of page 80. If you're following along with us, here we go. And we're going through the 9th step, which is making amends to other people and cleaning up our side of the street. And hey, man, we're at step 9. We're almost that's pretty far along. This brings us to mind a story about one of our friends. While drinking, he accepted a sum of money from a bitterly hated business rival, giving him no receipt for it. He subsequently denied having received the money and used the incident as a basis for discrediting the man. He thus used his own wrongdoing as a means of destroying the reputation of another. In fact, his rival was ruined. He felt that he had done a wrong he could not possibly make right. Did feel like that's some fuck shit, but we do fuck shit when we're fucked up.
That's true.
Back to the book. If he opened that old affair, he was afraid it would destroy the reputation of his partner, disgrace his family, and take away his means of livelihood. What right had he to involve those dependent upon him? How could he possibly make a public statement exonerating his rival? After consulting with his wife and partner, he came to the conclusion that it was better to make those risks than to stand before his creator guilty of such ruinous slander. He saw that he had to place the outcome in God's hands, or he would soon start drinking again, and all would be lost anyhow. He attended church for the first time in many years. After the sermon, he quietly... Oh, yeah, we did read this. He quietly
it's okay. It's not like that one time we read it.
Yeah. We just overlapped a little bit. He quietly got up and made an explanation. His action met widespread approval, and today he is one of the most trusted citizens of his own in his town. This all happened years ago. When you end something like this all happened years ago, it doesn't sound like a real story.
No. Yeah.
Or I don't know. The rest is history.
Many years ago.
So
there's some moral.
So something that you won't see every day, and I don't recommend, is to do your ninth step at a church in front of people.
No.
But
have you seen that?
No. It's something you don't see every day. It happened many years ago, Taylor.
Yeah. Many years ago, people used to do this. There are talks of that's the only way you could alleviate yourself from your past misdeeds was to shout it inside a church.
You had a like a priest or a pastor or something like that. Somebody, what's the word I'm searching for?
Confidant?
Yeah, do no harm. Hippocratic oath. Yeah, and something like that. It's not exactly the word I'm searching for. Somebody who doesn't have any skin in the game. Boy.
Anything to lose.
Yeah, no.
You're thinking of a specific word?
Yeah. Independent.
Indifferent.
Yeah, we'll go Switzerland. You're looking for a Switzerland type person.
Oh, Switzerland?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. They're not on any side during World War II.
I'm going to remember it in the middle of this.
They're not on any side during World War II?
Golly. Anyways, back in the day, it was hard to find like a sponsor or
conscientious objector.
Yeah. Anyways, whatever. It's more rare that you'll do the ninth step in front of a congregation. But for him, he's like, I got to get this off my chest somehow. Otherwise, I'm going to drink again.
Yeah.
And that's where you find your honesty. Well, you discuss with your sponsor, what do I do about this resentment? I feel like if I tell somebody I did this, that, and the other, I might go to jail. But if it eats at me, I'm going to drink.
Yeah.
That's where you get kind of creative.
I've heard of someone read online a story about someone saying they killed someone, but they didn't get in trouble, and then they did go to jail because they told their sponsor, and their sponsor told the police.
Yeah, your sponsor's not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Which is that's a tricky situation.
That is.
Also, it's super rare.
Crime. Yeah.
But it's almost like, your sponsor's not a therapist or like a psychologist.
Yeah.
So there's no kind of like client subject confidentiality. But it's kind of unspoken that there is something like that.
But if someone killed someone, that'd be a hard thing to hold in.
It'd be tough. It would I would ask my sponsor what to do about that, honestly.
My sponsor killed someone and he didn't get caught. What should I do?
That's tough. What do you do if you killed somebody, let's say in like a hit and run, and you like ran off and you don't know? I feel like, man, what would I do?
There was a news anchor in Columbus, Ohio, who he just did the news growing up, and the news used to be on a lot more, like the local news.
Yeah.
Because my parents used to watch cable. People just used to.
Yeah, people watch local news all the time. Yes.
I don't know who's watching it anymore, but
old people.
One of the news anchors did get arrested for at 7 a.m. He drunk driving hit a runner.
Yeah,
he got fired.
Yeah, he didn't need a 9-step for that. He just got caught.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of like if I killed somebody on accident.
Yeah.
Personally, that would eat at me. You pray, you talk to somebody, it would eat at me. I feel like I'd be doing more good if I came clean.
You're hanging out in the abandoned cheese factory with your buddy. You accidentally push him into the cheese churner.
This is pretty specific.
Yeah, and he gets sucked in, and then it's abandoned, so no one's ever checking it out. Something like that.
Are you the Atlanta cheese grater?
Who?
The Atlanta cheese grater.
Who, me?
That cops have been searching for at least 5 years.
The police.
He takes people to abandoned cheese factories and he throws them into the giant pot in which the industrial cheese graters.
Drew, I'll tell you one thing about.
I've got to end this right now. If you're the abandoned cheese grater,
Drew, I got to tell you one thing about me. That's not me.
Okay, I'll trust you.
I'm not the Atlanta cheese grater. I wouldn't dare, Drew.
And scene. I'm sorry. I invented that prematurely. What were you going to say?
It's over.
No.
We'll never get to know what happened.
What were we going to say? I'm so sorry.
You got to unend it. You ended it. You got to unend it.
Unseen. Scene on.
Hey, Drew.
Hey, Taylor.
You invite me to, we're going to the Georgia-South Carolina football game.
Yeah.
We went to the Georgia-Tennessee game.
Fun stuff.
I think I should repay the favor to you.
Put me in a cheese grater?
No. I was just wondering if you'd like to come see my favorite place to go visit, late at night in Atlanta.
Okay, that sounds like fun. Wait a second. Oh, see, that would have worked if I didn't unseen it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
In scene?
Scene.
Okay. Well, that Drew died tragically in a...
He deserved to. He let bits die way too quickly. I'm sorry. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck point we're trying to make. But it's
killing someone and not getting caught.
That's something you talk to your God and your sponsor about, and then you make the right move.
Yes.
Let's move on. Do you want to pick it up?
Thankfully, none of us have to figure something out like that.
I don't think so. I just did, like I said before, property damage, and had to deal with that in a special way.
So we are the chances.
The chances.
This all happened years
back
ago,
to the book.
After the fake made-up story.
It's all happened years ago.
The chances are that we have domestic troubles instead of international troubles.
Yeah, it stays here.
It's stateside.
If Jimmy Carter just had domestic troubles, he'd be a good president. Okay.
Right, but he had Iran?
A lot of stuff. That's one. Yeah. Good job.
Perhaps we are mixed up with women in a fashion we wouldn't care to have advertised. We doubt if, in this respect, alcoholics are fundamentally much worse than other people. But drinking does complicate sex relations in the home. After a few years with an alcoholic, a wife gets worn out, resentful and uncommunicative. How could she be anything else? The husband begins to feel lonely, sorry for himself. He commences to look around in the nightclubs or their equivalent for something besides liquor. Perhaps he is having what's so funny?
I don't know. It just feels like a gross overgeneralization of what the male alcoholic does by Bill W., but we'll continue to read.
Yeah, honestly, people are always upset with the To Wives chapter, but he does also...
We'll get in there. This is the start.
This
of
is not...
This is his experience. And
I
he's
never
like,
really,
we all look for people to cheat on,
to
have a affair with.
Adultery does not sound like your thing.
I never did. I was just grateful
that
my partner just stayed with me, and I felt really bad. She did get, like he said, uncommunicative and resentful, not because I was sneaking out to an adult.
This is how I am. Maybe it is how you are too. Me, when I get fucked up, I have no drive to have sex at all.
No, I just pass out.
I have no desire to have sex.
I did just pass out. Yeah.
I remember when smoking crack with homeless fellers, the good homeless men and women of Atlanta.
Golden age.
Yeah. They would get let's go find some women. I'm like, that's the last thing I want to do.
That's
the last thing I want to do.
I don't want to go any further in that story.
You can go further in that story.
I don't want to follow their trajectory. I will come back to you.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't want to follow them as they're looking for.
I guess people are different. Go figure. Yeah. But
sorry.
I never.
I just find this interesting. Continue reading.
He commences to look around in the nightclubs or their equivalent for something besides liquor. Pussy. Perhaps he is having a secret and exciting affair with the girl who understands. In fairness, we must say that she may understand, but what are we going to do? What are we going to do about a thing like that? A man so involved often feels very remorseful at times, especially if he is married to a loyal and courageous girl who has literally gone through hell for him. Whatever the situation, we usually have to do something about it. If we are sure our wife does not know, should we tell her? Not always, we think. What?
This is Bill just talking to himself.
Yeah.
She did understand, but is that but still, it's not right. She understood me better than her. Should I tell her? Like, this is him talking to himself.
Bill.
This is fascinating. All right, continue.
If she knows in a general way that we have been wild, should we tell her in detail? Yeah, tell her every last detail.
Yeah.
About how much kissing there was. How much.
We're going to go on Pornhub and go to this category. This is pretty close to what we did.
A lot of heavy petting.
Yeah.
Undoubtedly, we should. I got pain in my eyes. We should admit our fault. She may insist on knowing all the particulars. She will want to know who the woman is and where she is so she can kill
her. So she can kill her is not in the book, but that's implied.
It just is funny to be like, tell me where she is right now. Bill's wife.
Wait, what? This is the most This is kind of fun.
We feel we ought to say to her that we have no right to involve another person. Basically saying, no, you can't go beat her up.
Mm-hmm. Beat me up.
Yeah. We are sorry for what we have done, and God willing, it shall not be repeated. God willing. Bill is like,
you never know.
What was Bill's wife's name again? I forgot. Edie. Ebby.
Abby Thatcher.
Abby. Yeah, not Ebby.
I'll look it up. I forgot. The A diehards are going to be mad at us.
Who cares? Who cares what they think? This is Drew and Taylor's podcast.
Yeah.
The true,
Lois. I almost said Linda. Yeah.
The true AA diehards, guess what, Drew? They wouldn't do a podcast.
No, they really wouldn't.
Because
it's kind of like
press, radio, and film.
It's kind of tight rope in a tradition.
Oopsies.
Keep going. This is great.
God willing, I don't cheat on you again.
Yep.
It shall not be repeated. More than that, we cannot do. We have no right to go further. Though there may be justifiable exceptions, and though we wish to lay down no rule of any sort, we have found this the best course to take. Our design for living is not a one-way street. It is as good for the wife as for the husband. If we can forget, so can she. It is better. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I've never picked up on this before.
Yeah.
This is insane, Bill.
This is him talking to himself.
It's wild.
It's fascinating.
He's a bad boy.
Yeah.
It is better, however, that one does not needlessly name a person upon whom she can vent jealousy.
Yeah, let's pause for a second on that. So this is why you don't make any person, you don't put anybody on a pedestal.
Yeah.
Bill W. did an amazing thing, and this program is helping you, is helping me, is helping millions of people. And if you just put a little effort into the 12 steps, in my experience and an experience with people who have done the same, lives have gotten better and put back together and everything like that. And when he was alive, it was very difficult for him because people were having success in this program finally, and they kind of started to worship Bill W.
Yeah.
And he never wanted that. And that it was a difficult situation that he found himself in. And this is the main reason, not the main reason. Yeah. So our podcast is going really, really well, and then you farted, and that's unexpected, but and it makes you an imperfect person.
Yes.
Just
kind of relating to that.
It's just a nice example. I can't worship you because you fucking fart everywhere. I can't worship Bill W. because he adults.
He's adulterous.
Yeah. But it doesn't negate the fact that he figured this shit out and he's helped so many people.
Yeah.
So find your higher power and not another person.
Much like Billy Willie Dubby Dubs, he struggled with things. Drew struggles with things. I struggle with things.
This is just people. Yeah. People trying to figure it out. And he's, these two paragraphs are him trying to figure it out because it's not a cut and dry situation. If you cheated on your girlfriend there's definitely amends that needs to be made. Usually, in my experience with other guys who have cheated on their girlfriend, I'll rephrase. I've never cheated on a significant other, but I've had other people who have.
Yeah.
Get drunk. You have no idea. Like, it's, it happens.
Yeah.
No one's perfect.
I think
usually it's done in the form of like a letter.
Yeah.
Or that's something you discus with a sponsor.
It seems like for some people, cheating is like a compulsion, though.
Yeah.
Like they can't help it. I know there's a comic I know. They are known for doing that. And there's someone who I knew when I was going to a different clubhouse a lot. He would his thing was cheating on his wife. I was like, that's not a good thing to have, but that's just not my experience.
Yeah. The second part of the 9th step is like, we make these amends unless they're going to harm ourselves and another person.
Yeah.
Which is an important point.
Yeah.
So it's such a judgment call when there's big things done, like stuff with the law or stuff with a relationship.
Yeah.
So that's something that I wish we had and it's not even in the book where they're like, you got to do this.
Yeah. It's
case by case scenario.
Yeah.
But damn, Bill, this is fascinating. We'll continue on.
You may pick it up.
Yeah. Perhaps there are some cases where the utmost frankness is demanded. No outsider can appraise such an intimate situation, kind of like what we were saying. It may be that both will decide that the way of good sense and loving kindness is to let bygones be bygones. Each might pray about it, having the other one's happiness uppermost in mind. Keep it always in sight that we are dealing with that most terrible human emotion, jealousy. Good generalship may decide that the problem be attacked on the flank rather than risk a face-to-face combat. So this is the injure yourself or another person. If we have no such complication, there's plenty we should do at home. Sometimes we hear an alcoholic say that the only thing he needs to do to keep sober. Sometimes we hear an alcoholic say that the only thing he needs to do is to keep sober. Certainly he must keep sober, for there will be no home if he doesn't. But he is yet a long way from making good to the wife or parents whom for years he has so shockingly treated. Passing all understanding is the patient's mothers and wives have had with alcoholics.
What about fathers?
Yeah.
And brothers?
Anybody close to you.
Yeah.
Had this not been so, many of us would have no homes today, would perhaps be dead. So that's very true.
Yeah.
So we're kind of coming back down to like more sense here.
Right.
After he started talking to himself. Well, no, it's we're praying for the well-being of everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever it takes to stay sober to the point of everybody, is unharmed.
Yeah.
Alrighty. The alcoholic is like a tornado roaring his way through.
Oh, this is a classic AA quote.
Yeah, like a tornado roaring his way through the lives of others. Hearts are broken, sweet relationships are dead, affections have been uprooted, selfish and inconsiderate habits have kept the home in turmoil. We feel a man is unthinking when he says that sobriety is enough. So that's a pretty important line. I'll read it again. We feel a man is unthinking when he says that sobriety is enough. He is like the farmer who came up out of the cyclone cellar to find his home ruined. To his wife, he remarked, "Don't see anything the matter here, Ma." That's literally how he wrote it. Ain't it grand? The wind stopped the blowing. It's just somebody out of the musical Oklahoma for a second. Yes, there is a prolonged period of reconstruction ahead. We must take the lead. A remorseful mumbling that we are sorry won't fill the bill at all. We ought to sit down with the family and frankly analyze the past as we now see it, being very careful not to criticize them. Yeah, that's really important. Yeah. In these amends. Mm-hmm. There are no faults to point out of anybody else.
No, you're cleaning your side of the street.
Fucking pointless.
Yeah.
And we're getting more towards the living amends part. Their defects may be glaring, but the chances are that our own actions are partly responsible. So we clean house with the family, asking each morning in meditation that our Creator show us the way of patience, tolerance, kindness, and love. There you go. So there's not like a finite answer when dealing with these complicated problems, but there's a finite kind of prayer and finite thing to ask your higher power for. So they had us in the first half.
Yeah.
But we got there in the second. You know that meme?
I think so. I think I know what you mean.
It's like a football meme where it's like, it wasn't looking great at first.
Yeah.
And then we stuck the landing.
Yeah.
Had us in the first half.
I think I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're saying.
Billy Dubs had us in the first half.
Yeah. But what was the first half?
Him talking to himself about cheating on his wife And we're like, whoa. And
So-
then the second half was what I just read.
Yeah.
Like really, really good ways in which to combat difficult situations with your 9 stat.
So Bill is 1 for 1. He's 1 for 2?
I feel like he stuck the landing.
Yeah, he stuck the landing.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. So this was him. He was ruminating on, should I cheat on my wife again?
Nah.
And then he was like, no, that'd be bad.
And then he's like, oh shit, most of this shit's been bad.
Yeah.
So now what do I do? We're going to get more into that.
What was that noise?
Sorry, that was my Bucky's mug.
That's the alarm. Go Buckies.
Go Bucky.
Go Bucky.
Go Bucky.
Kindliness and love. Yeah, I think that's a good. Book's falling apart again.
I gotta just like put
It's
that
the
page
same
away.
page, isn't it? That's a good way to go about just life in general. Is patience, tolerance, kindliness, and love. And that's where I feel like not like purposely, but kind of where I've been lately. And I don't know if that's a byproduct of AA or just like maybe it's just where I'm at in my life right now. But
Could be a little bit of both.
the saying of like
Some good secular humanist
like
quality.
it's like a monkey off a duck's back or something.
Yeah. On a turtle shell.
Yeah, but water off a duck's back, the monkey off your back.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like
Elephant off that chest.
yeah. But then I say that right now
Into the room.
and then I still like in traffic. I'm still like, oh, you fucking idiot. That's just.
I love the old.
I think that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to be mad.
Sam
at your
Morril
driver.
has the best joke about that, where someone cuts you off in traffic and you go speed up to see what the person looks like, and the response is always the same: is of course, no matter who it is. It's like an old person, a young person. You're like, I knew it.
This lady.
That's a Sam Morril joke. But
This
really
lady in a black or a gray Nissan Rogue today almost
of course.
just almost ran a stop sign and blew into me.
Yeah, oh no! It's always like the worst feeling when someone's like the slowest person ever on the highway, and you're trying to get around, and you're like, "What the fuck's wrong with this person?" And you get so built up in there, and you turn to see what it looks like, and it's like the oldest person ever, and you're like, "Oh, I feel like shit."
Or it's literally a dog.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this makes sense.
Yeah. Driving like a duck and her ducklings in the back.
Yeah, it's a chicken with her chicklets. One is like a
Chiclets?
broken leg, and
Chicken and then like little Mexican gum. That's why they call him chicklets.
it's a chicken, and he's
Chicks.
trafficking chiclets across state lines, trying to make that money.
That's why I crossed the road.
Because if you're a little known about being a chicken or a rooster, if you can somehow figure out how to sell chiclets, you're gonna make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be the richest
Like
rooster chicken ever.
Crack to foul to the
It
foul
is.
society. All right. I guess we can continue on because we got to get to these 9-step promises.
Yeah, because if we don't, we get in big trouble.
Yeah, we'll spontaneously combust too early.
Why do I have 86 marked off?
Marked off?
Why do I 86? I had dog-eared.
We haven't gotten there. I can promise you that
I was scared.
because we haven't gotten to the promises.
Okay, where were kindly? Okay, I'll do it. I
The
got you.
spiritual life is
I
not.
got it. Did you read
feeling.
enough?
I read enough, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want you to feel like you get your fair share.
Oh, I got my
your
fair share.
fair fill.
I'm talking way too much.
Mm.
Nom, 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 nom. Taylor's going to continue after he makes out with his microphone.
This one's for you. You know who you are.
The guy from Smash Mouth?
He's dead.
Yeah.
He died. So
The
that is
years-
for him.
The years stopped coming.
I don't know that. Is that a song?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Smash Mouth.
Do you not
singer.
know?
I don't know much
All-Star?
about Smash. I do know that
You
song.
Yeah, an all-star.
Oh, sorry. Get your game
You
on.
stop coming and they don't stop coming, but they did stop coming.
Because he died.
Actually, that fits in theme. He died, I think, because of cirrhosis of the liver or kidney failure, something with alcoholism.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's too bad.
So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make him as a joke. It's actually really important. That
Yeah.
That's recognized that is a life and death thing.
Alcohol will kill you.
Yep.
Do you think he's ever sober for a little bit? These are all Googleable things, but
I'm sure he tried.
yeah.
You know.
Gosh, I've just the alcoholism I have. I've just never been able to drink for days and days on end where it affects me.
I would.
Yeah.
If I go back, that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But it's each alcoholic is different and it affects your body differently.
Yeah.
Whether it completely breaks you down right away or you're just a slow death.
You know what I didn't mention? At some point in this podcast, probably at the beginning, I'm going to plug in this plug for Stand Up for Recovery that I recorded with Richie Satori yesterday.
There you go. You just did.
It's going to play now. I'm not going to time map this. It plays when it plays. Deal with it.
It should play after this.
You think so?
Yeah.
Or play at the end or at the beginning? What if people don't listen to the end?
Shouldn't it be like a separate thing?
Like just a standalone episode?
Mm-hmm.
It is 30 minutes long.
Yeah. Just do a little standalone mini episode.
Damn. That's why Drew's here.
It would be weird if it just like it was in the middle of we're still reading this.
Yeah. So, hey guys, look for the other episode.
Look for that. If I ever went back to editing again, I would edit so much of this.
Post them at the same time, probably. I don't know. Yeah, good luck doing that.
Yeah.
The spiritual life is not a theory.
Back to the book.
We have to live it. That's in apostrophes. That's in italics.
If it was in apostrophes, it'd be sarcastic. We have to live it.
We have to live it. And not only is that expensive, but you do. It's a program of action, not a program of
inaction.
That's right.
Not that.
Unless one's family expresses a desire to live upon spiritual principles, we think we ought not to urge them. We should not talk incessantly to them about spiritual matters.
Oh, please, God, don't do that.
They will change in time. Our behavior will convince them more than our words. We must remember that 10 or 20 years of drunkenness would make a skeptic out of anyone. There may be some wrongs we can never fully right. We don't worry about them if we can honestly say to ourselves that we would right them if we could. Some people cannot be seen. We send them an honest letter. And this is step 9 we're talking about.
Yeah,
now.
We're still in 9. 9's a big one.
Wow. We send them an honest letter, maybe an email, maybe a text. And there may be a valid reason for postponement in some cases, but we don't delay if it can be avoided. We should be sensible, tactful, considerate, and humble without being servile or scraping. I don't know what servile means, but we'll continue on. As God's people, we stand on our feet. We don't crawl before anyone. What do you think he means by that?
Say that again?
As God's people, we stand on our feet. We don't crawl before anyone.
Yeah, there's no groveling in the 9th step. We're like, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did this. And then be like, I did this. I apologize for this. What can I do to make it better?
Yeah.
If there isn't anything that goes to a living amends, and it goes to that action that he's speaking of. Servile, having shown an excessive willingness to serve or please others.
So like beyond.
Yeah. Yeah, just being that, incessant, annoying,
Okay.
Yeah. Disingenuous servant.
Okay, if you say so.
I just read it.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Agree
to disagree.
Listen, them dogs can run, Drew. If we are painstaking about this,
Makes me think of Primus.
What?
What do you think's of Primus?
Who you got tomorrow? Georgia. Definitely.
Jerry was a race car driver. You know, I heard of Primus, the band.
No.
Dogs can't run.
No. Maybe.
Come on, man.
Are they a good band?
Yeah, it's Les Claypool. He's one of the most accomplished bassists in the history of rock music. The South Park theme song.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's South Park backing music of old South Park. They're great.
Yeah.
They're one of my. They're like heavy prog rock.
Yeah.
Like
What's
prog rock, but heavy.
Progressive rock,
like Rush. They're like Rush and Rush. Yeah. Okay. They're like Rush, funk, and metal together.
What about Yes? They're prog rock, right?
Yeah, but they're not like Yes. They're more like Rush.
I love Rush.
They're like Rush, metal, and prog rock, and then they did more stuff, but like their '90s stuff was great.
You know a song I love by Rush?
Tom Sawyer.
No, that song's "Working Man."
Oh yeah, how's that go?
I can't play it because we'll
get kicked off working man. I don't know.
It's not close. It's basically about being someone who is a working man.
Oh, I believe that.
I come home, I drink beer, I go to work,
I like Rush, but I don't know their songs by heart.
There's Working Man, and there's one other song that is I listen to it, and it changes my frame of mind.
Nice.
It makes me feel good.
Well, listen to Primus. It's really good. We'll play some before I leave. I'll play Jerry was a race car driver if you never heard that. It's so good. Okay. Anyways, sorry. You said something else. Dogs can run. Yeah, that's it.
I was just saying something that didn't. If we are Wait.
Okay, so pause. We're going to get on our 9th step. Fucking hell.
Giant Penny.
All right. We're getting the 9 step promises.
Yes.
This is
this is good stuff.
This is what's going to happen if we do all 9 steps pretty consistently with, intent.
Yeah. If we are painstaking about this phase of our development, and this is something that's read in AA meetings a lot, like at the beginning. If we are painstaking about this phase of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. We are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity and we will know peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of people and of economic insecurity will leave us. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. We will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises?
We think not. Or what I do sometimes if I'm feeling saucy. I don't think so.
I like,
I never said that in a meeting. I might start.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No way.
Get out of town.
They are being fulfilled among us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize if we work for them.
Sweet. So we'll break this down, right?
Break it down like a cardboard box.
Yeah. So we will be amazed before we're halfway through. You're gonna experiences. You will experience changes in your life and how you're feeling about your life before we even get to the 9th step.
Yeah.
So that's true for me. I check that. We will not regret the past nor wish to shut the door on it. Once you've done a good bit of your amends, that side of the street has been cleared. So that fear has at least subsided of like what you've done.
Yeah.
And you already feel better about your prospects in the future. So that's true. We'll know the word serenity and we'll know peace. For me, in larger pockets than I did before. So human life shit still happens.
Yes.
But if I do, like it said at the end, they will materialize if we work for them.
Yeah.
If I do the action, then I find serenity and peace more so than I do not. That's been true to me. This is, sorry, I'm just going to take this and then I'll throw it back to you. No matter how far down the scale we've gone, we'll see how our experiences can benefit others. So I use that as an example of don't ever feel like you can't share in a meeting.
Yeah.
No, because it tells you you have something that people can use and benefit their own lives or your own experiences. You don't know what it is, but don't feel like you're not allowed or you feel other than in the meeting. We all have different experiences, and whatever you say in a way that you'll never know can help somebody else. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. Once again, if you stay in the middle of the bed and you stay in action, that's been true for me. You feel more useful as a person. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. It does not always slip, self-seeking will come back in.
Yeah.
But once again, if you practice just a little bit of 1 through 9, you get right back on the horse and you start actively searching for ways you can be of service. Not in a servile way like we talked about of I have to do this. No, you want to help people.
I did get my first service position recently.
Hell yeah. What you doing?
I'm just doing backup coffee boy.
It's not just backup coffee boy. You're going to have to coffee boy it. Where at?
Ponds.
All right.
Tuesdays.
There you go.
We'll see. With the guy doing it now, he's about to have a babe.
There you go.
In December, so I might take over around
You'll
then.
definitely take over in December, I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
I was able to, get a year and then 2 years because I took a coffee chair, a coffee service chair.
Yeah.
And that was the main reason I just had to be at this meeting because I was asked to be a service.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of got me back into it. Something as simple as that. It's crazy. Fear of economic insecurity will leave us. Does this not mean you're going to win the lottery?
No.
Doesn't
mean you get rich.
When I was new in here, I was like, oh, make a little money.
Get rich.
No, you're going to have bills. And instead of being like bills, you're going to be like, okay, bills.
But by a byproduct of not drinking and spending all your money on booze or drugs or late night shopping while drunk or on Xanax.
Yeah, drug of choice. Yeah. Pick a little bit. We can play Mad Libs if you want.
Yeah.
You're gonna be
saving money, so
you're not gonna be so much in the red. Yeah.
This is what I was sharing yesterday. Is like, for me, finances have been pretty good lately, so that also has not been a stressor, which is
there you go.
Which is nice.
That insecurity has left you
for at least the time being.
I'm having some life changes too. I'll share, maybe in a couple episodes, I'll share what those life changes are. But expenses, these are like, I'm living like crumbs and hints. Maybe people can guess. But expenses are going to go up. It's going to be a bunch of new challenges.
Yeah.
So I was like afraid for a second. But I have a toolbox to go back to in order to have those insecurities lifted.
It's going to be a true test if Drew can keep doing the podcast.
Yeah, we'll see. Might have to be, we don't want to give too much away yet. Fear of people and economic.
He's running for governor.
Fear of people too.
Drew's running for governor.
So I gotta, yeah. Stacey Abrams did a poor job campaigning her last time. She was more into the celebrity, but that's my own opinion.
No, that's very true. She's done.
Her first campaign was really good, but then the voting ranks got slighted. All right, backing away from politics now. We will intuitively know how to handle situations which used to baffle us. Plug and play anything. We suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. So that's a more emphasis on none of this shit is done by ourselves. I was struggling last month because I was like, all right, what do I need to do? How do I do this? I was trying to do it all by myself. It's impossible to feel this way. And do it. You can do it by yourself, but you're not going to feel these promises. So I like the 9-step promises a lot. And we should probably hold off on step 10, I feel like.
Yeah, we probably should. These extravagant promises. Now, Drew, are these extravagant promises?
I mean, we think not.
Yeah. Are they being fulfilled among us?
Like super fast all the time.
No, I don't think so.
Everybody has them. If you're not, you're a goddamn loser.
Closer. You're getting closer.
When I was just coming back in the last time, that was really where my prayer was in these 9-step promises.
Yeah.
It was right at the end of a lot of meetings, and I would just focus on these.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any of those.
Yeah.
I was scared a lot, and I didn't think this would work because it hadn't for 10 years.
Yeah.
But I'd come to meetings, and I would just, once these were read, I would quiet my mind and focus on every single word, because it's kind of like it's promising a miracle. And and I wouldn't have believed in the miracle was promising if I hadn't seen it in others at the meeting.
Yeah.
So I just sat and meditated on it. Yeah. So if you don't know what to do in terms of meditation shit, which we'll get into later with 11.
Yeah.
Some people say 10. I don't know. It's 10 and 11 meditation. Pick a little promise like this and go over it almost like a mantra.
Meditation for me is just sitting in a chair, closing my eyes.
Yeah, it's different for each person.
And trying to...
Headspace app, Calm app, you can do whatever you want.
So thoughts come and go, but if I just sit there for 5 to 7 minutes, that's good enough for me. I did 20 minutes one time, and it was so long.
Yeah.
20 minutes is a long time to
sit and meditate. It's a long time. I had to build up to that.
Some people do transcendental meditation and do 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night.
And sometimes they do this, and they're like Dr. Strange.
They transcend. Yeah. That's like that's like Scientology level of the God doing for you what you can't do for yourself.
I would be interested to see a Scientology inspired AA meeting. Where it's your higher power is Xenu or something like that. That'd be fun.
I think you got to be.
It's more of a scam than an alien religion, though. If it was more of an alien religion, that'd be more.
I think you got to be super rich to be in.
Well, you got to be a super rich celebrity in order to have fun.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And if you're not,
then you just stuck on a boat somewhere.
A boat?
Yeah.
The Scientology boat?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had boats.
L. Ron Hubbard was thought of himself like an old sailor guy.
Did he?
Yeah.
What are the origins of L. Ron Hubbard? I don't know much about him. I think I watched the documentary.
Sci-fi writer.
When I was in college.
Cult starter. Watch The Master. With Philip Seymour Hoffman. He was still alive, and Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah. Is it about Scientology?
That's the second time I mentioned Joaquin Phoenix, man. I guess I'm a stand for Joaquin Phoenix as an
Christopher.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Wait, no, sorry, hold on.
Wow, I'm Joko over here.
Walking Taco Phoenix. Oh, no. Joaquin Taco Phoenix. Like Walking Taco?
What is Walking Taco?
A Walking Taco? They have them at Cookout.
Oh.
It's a bag of Doritos. They crush them up. They put taco meat and sour cream and lettuce in there. And
you
cheese.
listen to Primus, I'll eat a walking taco.
Okay. It's delicious.
I'm sure it sounds great.
Did you go to elementary school?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Didn't they have those?
I think I was busy turning my Capri Sun into a cell phone.
What?
Yeah. Take your Capri Sun, fold it in half. The straw is the antenna because it forms like an old Nokia phone.
No.
Can you hear me now?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Did you do that as a bit?
No, that was just what you did as a kid. Beep, bop, boop. I'm a very important businessman.
Were you doing bits as a kid?
Yeah, I think I was.
Were you like a funny kid?
I wasn't funny until middle school when I was afraid to get into trouble as a little kid.
I was too. I was never like, all my friends were funny, and I was like, I didn't really think, oh, maybe there's some funny bones in my body until like after high school. 7th grade, traveling middle-aged improv troupe came and performed for a school assembly. Yeah, and I was blown the fuck away. Yeah. And I was like, that's what I want to do for my life. I want to do that.
Oh, shit. And then I was chosen as a volunteer. Yeah. And I made the whole school laugh.
It was ordained.
I was just like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
It was better than any drug that I ever used. So that's why.
Drew, you never smoked crack, so you can't say that.
Yeah, I guess so. Better. I didn't do heroin, but I did a bunch of like pain pills. Yeah. Oh man, my parents are gonna hear this too. They probably know all this stuff now. And bars, Xanax, what you will. A lot of mixing with, so I've got experience.
Hey, if you're gonna have fun, mix them.
Anyways, until then, we're gonna get into step 10.
We'll get into step 10.
Some people think it's the meditation thing. I think it's the writing down thing.
We'll get into step 10 if I have anything to say about it.
Not if you have.
I can say anything about it.
You don't want to get in step 10, or are you just agreeing? You're agreeing in a strange way.
We're going to riff around it.
So you meant to say, you said it in the cadence of not if I have anything to say about it, but you said, if I have anything to say about it, as like agreeing with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got an idea, but you are going to like it. Wait, did you say
are going to like it?
Yeah. That's from Popstar, Never Stop, Never Stopping. I feel bad. I'm not trying to steal any jokes.
It's a good movie, though.
Yeah. Lonely Island.
We're so close to an hour, Drew.
How far away are we from an hour?
3 minutes.
Ooh, that's a long time.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Not if you believe in us. Do you believe in this operation we have going on right now? You must believe.
The operation of me sitting down in a chair in your little apartment.
You're the co-president of Sober Boys International. Sober Boys International.
Sober Boys Worldwide.
Yeah, we got president, co-presidents.
Is anybody watching on YouTube?
Yeah.
They are?
Well, for like the first 10 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
But
does anybody subscribe on YouTube?
Yeah, we're gaining. We're at like 17. We're at like, I can tell you these numbers right now.
The point's not, I've never thought the point was to like.
I hope no one listens to any of this.
Yeah. If you're listening to it, get
17.
out of here.
We're at 17. This is for me and Drew.
Yeah, this is
to
our
pretend
meeting.
we have an audience. This is like we're talking to our stuffed animals.
No, this is still a really good meeting.
Last episode we had 19 views.
How many days sober do you have?
1 billion.
No, for real.
I want you to guess.
90.
You're close.
85.
You're getting warmer.
82.
Getting warmer.
80.
Warmer.
And 78.
Warmer.
75.
So hot. You're scalding.
74.
You're damn near burning your skin off.
This is how we're wasting 3 minutes?
Yeah.
73.
Well, technically like 73.
In a few hours?
And yeah.
Well, that's good. Working towards that 90.
Working towards that 90.
That's good.
I'll get it. And people will clap. And
I've got 2 years and we feel the exact same way. Not the exact same way. But we're still... I have 2 years. You have 73 days, and we're both trying to find a routine.
Yeah, I feel good. I feel really good though.
That's great.
But I think part of it is like being creatively fulfilled, maybe.
Sure. What does that mean?
Comedy.
Oh yeah. So your life is more in balance.
My life is in balance. I'm fulfilled in the things I want to do.
That's great.
I don't have a boss. I have Monday off now. Apparently, I have a 3-day weekend because my clients say, "Can you take Monday off?"
My boss lives in Portland, so I don't really have a boss either.
He lives in Portland?
Portland, Oregon.
But my client was like, "Oh, can you take Monday off? Maybe we're gonna be coming back from Savannah." I was like, "I guess I'll golf. I guess." So
nice.
But anyways,
Well,
this is
my own point is like, this shit's a daily reprieve.
Yeah.
Because a person has 20 years doesn't make them any more sober than a person with 40 days.
Yeah, we're just sober boys worldwide.
We're just sober boys worldwide. We sober today. Who knows if we're gonna be back?
Sober boys worldwide international. One more episode.
Biz.
Drew, we're almost a quarter century
away.
We're almost a quarter century old as far as episode numbers go.
So we're headed towards 25. We're trying to get this podcast to be able to rent a car.
Yeah, without paying extra fees.
Yeah. I think you have to be 25 or older to rent a car.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. That's the joke. Hey Taylor, you gonna plug anything? Where are you performing next?
Tomorrow. This might come out tomorrow. When I release it.
Well, I meant maybe next week.
Yeah.
You have something next week.
Tomorrow I'm in Savannah. Riff Raff, doing Savannah. Anyone listening to Savannah?
Go see the Savannah Bananas.
Come to Savannah, see the Savannah
I'm
Bananas.
wearing the Savannah Banana shirt.
Go
see
the Wormhole.
When are you performing? What time?
8:00 at the Wormhole. My client's coming to see me.
That's going to be tough to see the Bananas. You have to see the Bananas at
Are they
first
playing
and then
tomorrow?
go over it. I
thought tickets were sold out forever.
Savannah Bananas, for those who don't know, are I'm sure I've talked about it before in this platform, are the Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, but it's better.
Yeah, you have talked about it on the podcast.
Yeah. Anyway.
Sunday I'll be at Rootstock
Steakhouse?
I don't know.
Ruth's Steak Chris House?
Ruth's Steak. And 22nd is the roast of Barbie. That'll be fun.
Where's that?
I don't know.
So they're having a giant Barbie doll and they're putting it on a spit.
Yeah.
And they're gonna eat the flesh of Barbie.
It's our version of Burning Man, and we're gonna walk around in the mud. We're gonna be really muddy.
Is that real?
Burning Man got rained out.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But all my dates, you can see them I'll post about them on Instagram. That's a much easier place to find out.
Okay, look at Taylor's Instagram.
My Instagram at Taylor Christian Neely.
He's doing that work.
I'm on Instagram. My dates are there. All the posts all the clips about this podcast, they're on there. I wouldn't say they're blowing up, but I'm not going to stop posting them. I will not post them or stop posting them. Drew, where are you at next? Where are your dates?
My dates, well, I'm going to be at Eddie Izzard to watch her perform.
Yep.
Tonight at the Cobb Galleria, I will be an audience member. And then I'm going to the number retirement ceremony of Andrew Jones, my favorite childhood baseball player. That will be at Truist Field where the Braves play on Saturday. I will be audience member in the crowd. And then I will be bartending at Wisteria Restaurant in Inman Park, Atlanta, Georgia on Sunday. So come see me.
All incredible fun things. But Drew, let's tell them where they can see both of us next Saturday.
Oh, we'll be in Athens.
Yes.
Come say hello. I think we'll be in section 119.
Nope, they're giving us a box.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Sanford
that.
Stadium, we're that big and important now.
Yeah, we're going to...
We'll get the Sober Boys box.
Hopefully this Georgia Bulldogs team will wake up a little bit when it plays a real team. We'll see.
Two warm-up weeks. Two cupcake for both our teams this week.
Ohio State, we'll see if they have a quarterback or
that
not.
was rough. That first game was rough.
Oof, we don't know yet.
It was boring and it was upsetting. So hopefully they pull it together.
Yeah, there's a lot better college football games on.
Oh man, there's just
Alabama versus Longhorns. Who you got?
I don't know. I didn't watch any of them close enough.
Bama's winning that fucking game. It's in Tuscaloosa, so there's no chance. Or Bama's winning by 2 scores.
Yeah.
Let's see. They're kind of more. They're more. Saban's more focused than anything right now. Yeah. There's other good games too. There's Ole Miss Tulane.
Yeah.
That's a really close game. I think Tulane pulls it. I think Ole Miss pulls it out. I think Lane Kiffin.
Oh yeah, Tulane's had a good.
Tulane's
year was
ranked.
Great. They're good. I like to see that though. I like to see Colorado being ranked now. I like to see
gosh.
Coach Prime really pulled them together. He got them ranked within a week. That's crazy.
Coach Prime's going to pull it out again because some old hag cursed the Nebraska football team for years and years where they will lose. It's going to be a 1-score game. I think Colorado wins by a field goal.
I'm a Big Ten boy, but I would like to see Colorado beat Nebraska.
For those that don't want to listen to this anymore because it's college football, thanks for listening to Sober Boys. Any other games you want to call?
I don't know who's playing who this week except Ohio State is playing Western Kentucky, I think.
Oh, y'all
Notre Dame.
top the hill.
Notre Dame in like 3 weeks. That'll be a crazy one.
That'll be good.
2 weeks.
I think Texas A&M beats Miami.
I saw Miami play Miami of Ohio. They beat them. Texas A&M.
Yeah, well, it's playing Miami. They're kind of back on their,
a little bit.
Their shit a little bit. I think the SEC kind of happened. I'm a big on the SEC this week. They kind of were stumbling out of the gates.
Yeah, USC is looking all right. Their quarterback is very quick.
Oh yeah, Caleb Williams probably gonna win the Heisman if he doesn't get hurt. Why not give him the Heisman again? Yeah. He's so good, and the fact he's like, I don't know if I'm going to the NFL if it's not a team I like. It's such a little bratty.
You see, TCU is unranked now.
Well, yeah, they should be.
Yeah,
they lost to a team that went 1-11 last year.
I'm glad. Who?
Colorado went 1-11 last year.
Yeah, that's true. It's good to see.
Georgia broke them in the national.
What was I gonna say? Forgot what I was gonna say.
Good to see.
Somebody Clemson lose.
Oh, yeah.
Duke upset Clemson. Beautiful.
Dabo Sweeney era. The championship era for Clemson's done. All right, we're done.
We're done. Thank you once again from Sober Boys Worldwide International. If we ever start an LLC, it should be Sober Boys Worldwide International.
.biz.
.biz.
It's dot spelled just D-O-T.
We love you more than our hearts could ever convey.
If we showed you how much we love you, we'd both have heart attacks.
Yeah. So goodbye. Where's my UPS package?